Howdy y'all, my name is ChucklesTC and welcome back to my World of Outlaws 23 career mode, where today we're going to check something real quick. So our win percentage for the UMP modified all time is 64% win rate. We're going to load in here to the locals real quick because we're going to simulate all these races. But if that brings our win percentage down in the UMP modifieds, I'm going to race those like individually on my own in between episodes, because I don't want my win percentage dropping. And another reason for that being, I can race better than those drivers that we hire. But so, first things first, just gonna hop in here to the midgets and simulate that. That won't drop our win percentage down, but I'd do it for all three series for now. Let's hire a driver, go the most expensive person possible, because hopefully he knows how to drive the car the best. He's going to bring it through 18th, not finishing top 15, and he rode hard. That's not a good combo. Racers put ChucklesTC on blast for dangerous racing. Okay, yeah. So I might just take over this series entirely. They're headed to Kokomo next episode. Now let's simulate the UMP modifieds, and once again we're going to double check our win rate because I already forgot it. 64 and 4. Okay. See if this drops these down. I doubt whoever we hire is going to be able to drive as good as I can. There you see the new colors for the team. And this would be a career worst finish, basically no matter what. 13th. Our car's never finished outside the top 5 with me racing in it. It's also some of the least amount of damage we've had done to a car, though. And we'll see if that doesn't bring down our win rate, which I really hope it doesn't. I hope it just calculates the races that I'm in. But I understand there's a good chance it doesn't only calculate those. We'll hire this dude. And our goal was to win that race. I headed into Grant Park. I'll go back with this one. Yeah, okay, it drops our win rate, so I will be racing in those from now on. And we'll add a new local series soon, a new third series. We're going to wait till both street stock and midgets are up into the national level. Let's go ahead and get loaded up here into our race 23 of 26 in the midget regional series championship. And we're going to be ending off the video with our first ever regional UMP modified race. So let's go ahead and double check I have this moved up. I do. Perfect, perfect. Let's hop in here to I-55 Raceway. Okay, loaded in here now for practice at I-55. Let's get into it. And we might have had some upgrades we could have gotten before today. But I think we're going to do what we've been doing with the progressive upgrades to all three series. And maybe we'll wait till after our second showcase in this series, which I think is race 10, before we introduce that next series. That way I have time to test out and decide what series I'd want to add. It's either going to be sprints or the large block. Likely the sprints, but you never know. So we're running pretty good lap times here. We've set a new track record for ourselves around this place today. Okay, this is going to be our final lap of practice that we're on right now. Unless we cross the line just before get under 57 57 minutes, and we will. This will be our final lap now. So we cross the line just in time. I-55 is a rough track to race at. But now we'll head into qualifying, beating the goal time every single one of our 10 laps around the circuit. So now we will advance to qualifying here. Our goal is P30. I think it's important for us to start to get a better feel of things for this car. And right now, we are solidly inside the top 30. My guess, a little bit closer to 20th. We qualify P18. So yeah. 11.626. P3 starting 4th. There are 5 heats in this one, so the top 4 will advance. But top 2 is where we want to shoot for. That advances us to the qualifying dash. We'll shuffle back to 5th early on here from Brown. We'll tuck it up below him. And we almost wash up into Pursley there. Makes us lose that position back to Brown. So we're not racing at Eldora after racing there twice last episode. Once in local, once in regional. Two laps remain here. As we take the white flag, it's a battle with Brown. We send Brown lifting up on our tire. We're going to do the same thing to him there. He's going to get the better lane. We're going to be headed to the... We got him at the line. Oh my goodness. I was going to say we're going to be headed to the B main, but we're headed to the A main. We finished 4th. We claim that final transfer spot, and let's look at the difference in time. The difference in time was, let me see here, let me count, 0.13 or 0.013 seconds. It's the difference between 4th and 5th place. That's the difference between transferring and not transferring here in the sprint, or not in the sprints, in the midgets. Here we head to the A main, starting P18 on the grid. Here for the Aman. A main here underway. Wall shot into Jackson on the first corner. We'll lift up, we'll slam into the outside wall, we'll move up into P17 with the caution flies. We definitely have a ton of damage from hitting the wall there. Was not trying to wash up into him. This is a really tight track with cement walls all the way around, no openings, no breaks in the inside wall or anything, so you're at constant risk of hitting a wall. Especially when the track goes all the way down to that concrete wall and all the way up to it. No real breaks or no real disadvantage from racing out in those lines. Maybe up at the very top of the track there is some. We've taken a bit of damage there. But as we move up here into P16, looking up ahead on Ruschenberg and Moles. We had to lift twice throughout the corner and we still made contact with Moles. Now we're going to have to fight to get back up there, but we make a move down on the inside. And we're now in P14 right behind Moles. 14 laps to go around here at I-55. We're sitting in P14. Try to make a move up the inside of Moles. Unable to get it done there. We'll try in 1 and 2 with 13 laps to go. We'll make contact with the inside wall. We're going to wash up track, but hold on to P13. Now Whitley's the next car in front of us. As a caution will come out. We are in P13 at the time of the restart. Moles to our outside in the same lane as us, and Whitley the next car in front. Oh, we wall Moles there. He'll drop like a rock. Never mind, he won't. We in P13 at the restart. Moles in 14th. Whitley and Bielman have switched spots. Restart time here, once again from I-55. We'll do the same thing we did to Moles on the last restart, and now we get into Bielman. We'll have to lift, we'll wash up track. We'll hold on to P12, but we're going to have some issues here on the inside. 7 laps to go here. But now we're trying to get up to Whitley. Get into P11. We should be able to here as we make contact with the inside wall. That ruined some momentum that we had. Now we'll cut up into P11 with 5 laps to go. Jetson the next car on track. Four to go. We were cutting down a bit of time there on Jetson for a second. Now Timms in 10th. We'll catch up to the rear. Timms here, making a bit of contact. We'll go for the move down on the inside. We'll get clear. We'll wash up track. He'll get back past us. With 2 laps to go here. We'll make the move back down on Timms. Jetson now in P9. Final lap of the race here. Leader rounding 3 and 4. The 97 car will come through and win, and we're going to come through and finish P10 from I-55. We finish in P10. We'll load back now to the main menu. Okay, we're loaded back here after a top 10 finish, meeting our sponsor goal of top 30 in all the races. Or for 4 races. Now we set up for the final stretch. As we head to Weedsport next episode, we're going to go top 15 for the next 3 races. And I'll cut back to you guys over on the street stocks. Okay, loaded in here now for the street stocks. And we have so much money, but we wanted to upgrade in an order. So we're going to hold off here. As we were coming off of a win last episode, the first time ever in the regional series, where last episode we won over Brandon Jurens at Sterling County. After, we looked back 2 races to Kokomo, we finished dead last in the showcase. Then we finished 3rd at Lernerville, and then we followed up with the 1st at Sterling County. Now we head to Kenyon County Fairgrounds. Let's go ahead and load in there, and I'll cut back to you guys once we are there. Okay, loaded in here now at Kenyon County. Let's hop into it. Goal time for practice is 16:247. It's our first venture out here at this 1/3 mile track with no outer wall. On the backstretch. It's a bit of an interesting one because it doesn't go out too far. They definitely could have placed one there. But it punishes you more, and it's less opportunity for us to hit that outside wall. We go through and we beat our goal time on our first lap. We now have some good front running abilities. We know we do. In the last episode being our first time ever getting 2 wins in one video. See if we can do the same thing here, where we're trying to defend a win here, and then right after this we're going to be headed to the UMP Modified Series for our first ever regional race. (16:215) there. We have heavy contact there at the inside wall. That'll send us out wide. And we're going to run 2 more laps. Or we're running until 57 left on the timer. (16 flat there, so unless this is a record-breaking lap, we are going to have, this is going to be our final time around. Set it down low on the 45. And our 8 laps there, we met the goal every time but one, but our fastest lap was our first lap with a 15.9 flat. We now head into qualifying. Goal position of 10th. And that would just barely be enough for P10. Goal time of a 15.920. So let's see what we can do here in qualifying. We have the whole track to ourselves. If we cannot tame the track, then what makes us think that we can tame our car? Some great late season skill here, but we are slow there on our first lap. That would put us back around P15, I think. We have a pretty good lap here. We'll qualify 12th with the 16.046. Advance to Heat 4 starting in 3rd. So now we head on to Heat 4. Top 5 advance. Top 2 advance to the qualifying dash. We are on a shot here to maybe make a move on Vaden top. This isn't a short track like we know we're good at, but we do make a move here on Jurens, who we won over last episode. And we're going to be in P2 at the time the caution flies as we spin out Jurens, who drops back to P6. He's back just in front of Bobby Young. Here we're off from P2. And what I'm going to be watching is how fast Urans climbs his way back up to us. Well, we've actually taken it to a full second over anyone else in the field. And the thing about these street stocks, cautions don't really happen unless you bring them out. That's the difference from the midgets. Midgets cautions just happen, but Tanner Vaden top now, trying to challenge us. He's brought the gap down to half a second as we come through and take the white flag lap. We have really good corner exits. We take this corner high. He's going to make a move down on our inside. He's going to be able to run away with the win, I think. We're going to have one corner with a shot at it. We're going to try to wash up into him. He's going to... Oh, we're going to hold off for the win. Yeah, we're going to be starting P4 in the qualifying dash. We do not have the speed to be up here right now. That is not a secret. But what we do have, we got heart. As we are becoming real contenders here, but too little too late into our season. Duran's here able to take a pretty good lead. And we know that Duran's brother is going to be in the A main. Is he going to be a contender? The question. Will he be able to race his way back up front? We spin Vaden top. We're going to drop back to the rear of the field. Or back to P5 at least. That isn't that bad. We get the inside clean on the restart. We don't have to do a switch up like what we did there with Tiernan on the original start. We're going to be started here about midway through the corner, I think. No, about on the exit. But 2 laps remain here. We'll wash out into Tiernan for P2. Side by side, locking sides with him. That made us late into the corner. We're going to have trouble up on the inside. From Thompson. He makes the move. We're back down to P4 as we take the white flag lap. Brandon Jurens with a solid lead. We're down in P3. We're going to have a challenge here for the position. But we're going to come through and take P3, which is where we'll be starting the A main from. Not from pole or from the front row like we hoped, but this is a really good third option. So we're now ready to go to the street stop. A main here from Kenyon County, starting from P3 on the grid. Now, honestly, P3 might be better than P2, as we did get that inside lane, but we took a lot of front-end damage there through the first corner, and we're now locking sides with Brandon Jurens. We got the revs hitting the limiter. Tiernan now takes first place from us. We'll shoot it up the inside there on Tiernan. Wash out into him. As now Tiernan is who we're really battling with. But Brewster now up into the conversation. We'll make the move down on Tiernan, but he'll have a better line on the exit, I think. No, we hold P1. But Brewster gaining time there on the top lane. And Brewster will make the move. They're exiting on the bottom of us. We'll get it back here on Brewster. And what's crazy, this pace didn't really come after any upgrades. I'm sitting on cash for an upgrade right now, which is going to happen soon. And we do some excellent driving there to hold on to P1 across the line. We're testing here to figure out what we want to do on the final lap. Is even with this heated battle, we've got a 2 second gap down to P3. Brewster there, I was scared he was going to be able to drive away. But we stay with him and we get ahead of him here. And with this flatter track, we are hitting the rev limiter into these corners, which is costing us some speed, and why Brewster is able to be faster up on that higher lane. And catching up to lap traffic now, that might be our lifesaver. We are too far back now to fight for a championship here in the regional season, I believe. I'm going to try to do some math. We're going to see the gap from us to P1. But we should move up here at least into the top 10, even if we do not claim our win. Brewster takes P1 there from us. 5 laps remaining in this one. Brewster's going to lead the next lap by as well, as we are having trouble with this lapped car. And that's let Tiernan catch up. Tiernan will get into it with the lap car. Brewster's now getting away from us. And with 3 laps to go, get back past Tiernan for P2. He's trying to keep the fight in us. We need him to back off so we can try to focus forward on Brewster, but with 2 laps left, Brewster looks like he's going to be able to drive away with it. So we start the final lap here. It's a 1 second gap up track to Brewster. He adjusted his line late in this race, and he gets a much-deserved win. We'll come through and finish P2 at the line. Photo finish for it. We get it done. That's 3 straight top 3 finishes. The third, first, and then a second. And we cross... Jeez. I mean, what? 0.039 seconds in front of him. Crazy work. We're getting good running up front. Actually, we're still back in P12, so I guess Cox and Cross both had good races as well. It's a 500-point gap up to Brewster, who just claimed his 7th win of the season. So now we'll load back to the main menu. Okay, loaded back here on the main menu. We finished second, meeting our top 10 goal. Next episode, we're going to be headed to Eldora. Let's repair the car. And I'll get back to you guys on the UMP modified side. Okay, loaded in now for the UMP modifieds. Let's go to parts and repair, and let's upgrade some parts. So we'll easily get level 4 tires. Let's see, I'm kind of curious. We could get this upgrade, but not actually upgrade the stuff. We're going to go suspension. We'll be able to get this all the way upgraded. And then the next thing we'll look to is upgrading the street stock next episode. Because the chassis is going to be $81,000. Let's go ahead and get loaded in now for our first ever regional UMP modified race at Fairbury Speedway. And I'll cut back to you guys once we're there. Okay, we're loaded up here now at Fairbury. Oh no, I hit B. Okay, hold on. I'll cut back to you guys once we're loaded back in. Okay, now loaded back in at Fairbury. Let me make sure I hit the right button. Here at 13.295 is our goal for practice. We should have no problem with that. With our record lap here being 11.442. We just have to get back into the swing of things after our championship run in the local series last season. It's like climbing up the road to Indy ladder. We'll go out there instead of 12.085 first lap. We'll get into the wall a bit there on the exit. Yeah, it's definitely helping us adjust to this new level of competition. Being able to go up and race our first race at a track we're familiar with. But I think the biggest thing that we have won at, most importantly. I think the most important thing for me to do here is learn to take care of my car. I'm not going to be able to win races with extreme aero damage as easily here, at least. Like this. We'll see what we can do. Like I said earlier in the video today, we are going to go until we reach race 10 in this season after our second showcase, which should be race 10. That's when I will go and introduce a new local series. Because all the local races that are not in whatever active series I'm doing that is local, that is going to be, I'm just doing it on my own, mostly just to keep my win percentage in this series good. But having that tire up there on the hind lane is making me focus up with my driving. And even with all this damage, we're running really good laps. There we set a really good lap with all this damage. We've set back-to-back 11.95 or 995 laps. We'll have another interaction with that tire. Okay. And now we're just going to put it to rest. And we'll see what we can fight for. Fastest lap of an 11.737. See if we can do any better in qualifying. So we've learned our lesson from qualifying at Eldora. Need to be okay. We lost it there on the warm-up lap. So this lap is going to be slower if I had to predict. And we took some front-end damage there. We still beat our goal time. Pretty decent lap. 12.1. But I want to go faster. And we qualify P11 in our first regional race with a 12.1 flat. And we're headed to Heat 3 starting. Where are we started? P3. Okay. Bit of contact there. Coming to the green, but now we were able to shoot up already into first. Oh, bit of tendency there from Conover. He is fast. I don't think we quite have that pace yet. We'll see what we can do. We also do have quite a bit of damage. Just because Fairbury is hard. It's a hard season opener at Indy's cars. 2 laps to go. We're not going to be able to catch up to him. But hopefully we can have a better qualifying dash. And a main. We are gaining time on him though. And at the line, it's going to be, a 1.7 second gap, I believe is what it said. So that isn't awful. He has a ton of speed. And I want to win this regional championship. We're headed here to the qualifying dash. See if we can improve at all from P7. There's Lucas Lee. And we'll dump him out on the opening lap. So we're up into P6 when the caution flies. Ready to go green here. Set it down on Weiser. I think the reason that dude was able to run away from me so easily was because I had some early contact with the inside tire. Winning here early on isn't going to be like it was in the local series where I'm able to run out to a 2-second gap in 3 laps. Clearly here is we're struggling to get this down to like a half-second gap. It's coming here to take the white flag. Well, it looks like it's going to be a pretty good qualifying result for our first effort of the regionals. We're going to be starting P2. Okay, now let's load up to the A main. To compete for a championship in this series, we have to run amazing races for all 29, I believe, races in this season. This series is going to bring, or this first season of regional competition is going to bring us into the month of June. We're second across the line after lap 1. Batting with Ledford here. We're going to have the lead for a split second on the outside, and we're going to take a good line through the corner. We're going to take P1. Oh, dang it. It happened. I knew it was going to happen. We have aero damage. We're down to P3 on the restart. That's going to be it. We're going to drop like a rock. We're not even going to be able to match our first local series race result, which was a P1. Back to P2, which is actually where we finished our first local race. I think I might have just said that. I might have said it wrong. Now back up into P1. Almost did it again there. This car's a lot harder to control right now. And we must have flattened the nose at the perfect angle to make it more aerodynamic. The only issue is, getting through these corners is a bit rough. It's not a walk in the park. I'm having to be paying attention every single moment, every single lap around. So we're catching up to lap traffic here. This could either help or hurt us. So we remember what happened here in our first ever local race. We went around on lap traffic, putting us in a bad position, and we dropped down the grid. And there's something similar happens. The caution's going to come out. We were in P1. We won't lose P1, but we have a lot more damage now. We go green at a really weird spot. We're going to hold on to P1. Dude, I have no idea what's happening. I might need to raise the AI level. Or the clean air might just be that good in this series. But Weiser is able to... He's keeping it close at some parts. And I am trying to run a bit higher of a lane than I have been in the past. 5 laps to go here for us to win in our debut race. Don't wash and hit the outside wall. 2 laps to go. We take the white flag. So we did an excellent job there. We lapped up to P21, I believe, and we win our debut. So yeah, everyone up to Travis Wiedenhoff was lapped. And I'll come back to you guys once I find the thumbnail. As there was that early lap 3, I thought it was, wreck that we had into the tires. But we went on to recover and win by by over a second. And we are the points leader by 5 points over Alan Weiser after the first event. And I'll cut back to you guys on the main menu. Okay, loaded in here on the main menu. We went in our debut. We have a lot of repairs to make. That's A-okay with me. ChucklesTC Clown wins at Fairbury. I feel like I could take on the world. This is what every racer fights for. There's nothing better, commented Clown when questioned at victory celebration. I earned my 10th career win at Fairbury. I want to thank for helping me get into victory lane is always, and for always being there, Clown said. Even incoming message from the Outlaws.
That was your 10th career win. Congrats. That was your 10th career win. Congratulations. That was your 10th career win. Congratulations. That was your 10th career win. Congratulations. That was your 10th career win. Congratulations.
I feel congratulated. This next episode, we're going to be headed to Millstone Park. Let's get some repairs on this thing. And thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. Come back next episode. We're headed to What's that say? Weedsport Speedway in midgets, Millstone Park Speedway in UMP Modifieds, and Eldora Speedway in the street stocks. Thank you all. Have a good one. Goodbye.